So I want to take a tour of the online module I've built called Technology Tutorials for Teachers. And this is the editing view of this with the three main components so far. The online application called MySAS. That's kind of like the grade book and portal for our teachers. In fact, it's a portal for the entire community, but this is specifically for the teachers. And then there were some teachers who wanted to learn about some apps, and so I made a section for apps, and then the Google Suite or G Suite involved in that. I'm going to go ahead and go to view mode for the computer and take a little tour of what it would look like for a teacher. So here's what it looks like obviously for the teacher, and I've introduced the home page with the three sections that each page typically has, with this top section describing like, hey, what is this to begin with? And then in the same vein of what I've used before in past modules, a written explanation, maybe some tips, and then and external links, or for what you'll see later on is links to documents that other people have built, like our registrar or our tech support. And then I've made some videos so people can see like how do you actually do this. So let me go, I also put in a bar down here to take us back to our home or take us back to the sub page of MySAS, and then it pushes on to the next one, which is called My Day. I'll show in this navigation view what I have here are all the tabs that we actually see, and you'll see those in the videos in a bit here, but I wanted to start off by showing, well, how do you log in? And so I have the explanation. I haven't built a video for that just yet. And then I've called this under MySAS Carrie's Corner because our registrar's name is Carrie, and she has a lot of interesting or documents and PDFs that she uses with screenshots to show how to put final grades in and such like that. Let's go to My Day. My Day is a tab on MySAS, and there are two subcategories of My Day: what happens with schedule and performance, and assignment center. We'll click either here or there, or this pushes us on to the next major topic or the tab of classes. So scheduling and performance we'll take a look at. I haven't built this a whole lot, only because there's not a whole lot the teachers need to see, but as the year goes on there might be some pieces. But every page basically looks like this, and that's my setup. In my form I sent out to the teachers, one of the things that they wanted to see was how to build a bulletin board on their classroom. So that I'm going to jump into that video just so you can see what's going on. Our tech director, Matt, who's actually supervising this project, he has put one into how to import their bulletin board from previous years. I went ahead and built a screencast for building a basic bulletin board, and so I'll hit play so you can see how
the school app, MySAS, and I'm on my default or home page, which is My Day, Schedule and Performance, and this normally would show your schedule for the day where you normally take attendance. What I'm going to do is build a bulletin board for a class. I'll go up here to Classes, and I'm going to go choose Astrophysics, and I want to make sure Bulletin Board tab is selected. When I enter Edit Mode, I'm going to change the layout. I personally like the banner with a wide left and narrow right column. I'm going to add in expectations to the banner.
I'll just let this run just for a little bit. You're welcome to fast forward if you want to move on to a different piece. I want to give you a sense of where these videos are and what it kind of looks like.
Hit save.
it
has
was
not
nice to be able to
changed
use
yet.
some
I'll
things
show
I've
you in a
learned
bit what that
in
looks like.
in
I'm
the
going
tech
to add in
program
some content.
with using things
I could
like,
put
let's see if I can get to, so what
copy this
I've done
content
is
to
things
a
like
clipboard
B-roll.
or
Just
to the clipboard of
there
my
was
computer
some teachers who are
by
like, I
hitting
don't
my
know
right click
anything,
on a
assume I
PC or
don't know
control
anything.
click on a Mac.
So I edited this so you could see what I was actually doing on the keyboard at the time.
I'll go back to my browser.
In any event, that's
in the
I'll go ahead and
description
stop
window.
this.
I'm going to write.
But as you can see, there are tabs up here, or there are tabs, and those correspond. Those all correspond to, if you look at, let's go back to here. If I go back, they all correspond to these topics: my day, classes, groups, resources, news, calendar, etc. The ones I've built out so far, besides classes with bulletin board, there are some subcategories, but the ones I focused on: calendar, on viewing and subscribing, because that's where the need was and that was what they were asking for. So I made a video on how to subscribe to the calendar and explain what RSS feed is, etc. The next piece, the teaching apps, the one I've only heard so far is Padlet, and I built a little bit on this one. There is some professional videos I built for that, and the G Suite, the one I've been really pushing into is the use of sites, and I've made 3 videos, and what I've done is I've showed how to build a site, and so I did this for our chapel, and our chapel I has these ideas here, and I've put little pieces in for our chaplain to just kind of start with this. I've talked to her about it. The pieces I've showed them how to do so far is inserting a Google form, and I like personally to have it as a link, and then some YouTube videos. And I've also showed them how to what else was that? Internal links and external links. So I have an external link on this to El Buen Samaritano, and the internal links I've showed them how to do these. That's right, and how to import a calendar, so possibly a student or someone who's viewing it could see the calendar and maybe even scroll through. There was, and I took it off. I showed them how to put in a slideshow, and that I took out because it just didn't look right for her website. That's what I've been working on. The structure is set up pretty well, and I'm just working on building these out. Trying to think if I've built any others for this other than, but I think I have not. I'll keep working on it. It's been about 25 hours working on building all of this and researching how to incorporate it. Thanks.